Hello and welcome to another one of my vlogs. Here I'm at another park. I do not know the name of this park. It's in the Barrio Flamingo and it's a cute, wonderful park, and I will walk through it more as we talk. So this is my vlogs on Spiritist musings, and here I'm going to talk about thought forms, thoughts that kind of swirl around our head, and they do have impact. Not much. Depends on your perspective, and it depends what you're thinking about, what others, and how they glom onto what you're thinking about. There's a lot of different aspects to this, and so I'm going to talk about this as we go through. But first, I'd like to have everyone go and try out and read the articles on my blog, nwspiritism.com. Please subscribe to this channel either on BitChute or YouTube, and check out my books I have on Spiritism. But also, please remember that the main book really to read about Spiritism is Allan Kardec's The Spirits book, written in the 1850s, and he's written other books besides. You should read all 5 of his main works, and they're all free on PDF. Now let's talk about thought forms. Let's go into the park and see what we're going to talk about. Talk about thoughts first of all. So as I explained before, thought is action in the spirit world. Thoughts are actionable. Thoughts mean something. Thoughts actually create. Here in the physical world, it's a lot less effect. It's like a weak effect of gravity. It's like the gravity on an asteroid, very slightly pulling you in. But thoughts do mean things. Thoughts and the rotations of the planets and the pull of the sun and everything around us does affect us, just like thoughts affect us. You've all seen hysteria, where some people think something or say something and it infects them too. So of course the thought affects us here on the physical world. I'll give you an example of how thoughts affect on a macro level. In one of the books by Andre Luis, he was talking about thoughts emanating from the Earth and the other planets in the solar system with intelligent beings. And this is not on our plane and our dimension, but the thoughts go through all the dimensions in the spirit world. They go, that at least I think they do. I could be wrong about that. But during World War II, Andre Luis said the thoughts were so destructive, so different, that they were affecting other planets and within our solar system. And so what the spirit world had to do is they had to shield the Earth. They put a shield around the Earth so all these negative thoughts could not escape from the Earth in order to infect other planets. So thoughts on that scale really do affect even the spirit world. Think of the spirit world as everything interconnected. And of course our thoughts, not focused, not with a lot of energy. Even they, though, still have power. Now, let's take thoughts down to a more personal level, a local level, our level per se. So when you have bad thoughts, they swirl around you, and other spirits can detect those thoughts. Our minds are an open book to the spirit world. Let me repeat that. There's nothing we have secret from the spirit world. And high spirits can read our thoughts and give us good ideas, and low spirits can read our thoughts and give us horrible ideas and horrible inspiration. That's why, of course, we must use our conscience to filter out the good and bad thoughts. But when we dwell on something, so let's take, for instance, just a simple case of a single person dwelling on some object, something that they become obsessed with. Well, other spirits can come and they can reinforce that obsession and then trap you in your own thoughts. That's why in other videos I've said the best thing to do is to try and do something else and give yourself free of those thoughts. Now let's talk about something else. Let's talk about a group of us talking. So if a group of people get together and say, oh, we hate that person or we hate that place, let's plot revenge. That's creating a dark thought form. A thought form that all it's going to do is increase and help create a feedback loop, a negative feedback loop, where all you want to do is do more and more and feel more and more primitive emotions, where you are trying to concentrate your energies that are spent not very well. Your energy's on thoughts that are primitive and destructive. So when you have those thoughts, and you create this thought form, this like cloud, this black cloud around you and maybe your friends when you all get together at a restaurant or a bar or just at someone's house. And from that you even attract more bad thoughts. More spirits come into you. Spirits who are not gracious, who have not freed themselves of their primitive emotions and longings on earth, will come and reinforce those thoughts. So then all you do is you waste energy. You waste energy and time on thinking about something that's not productive, that's not conducive to your mental health and the increase in your spirituality. Therefore, you have to dissipate these bad thought forms. You have to let them go. You have to cast them away and say, no, I'm not going to think these bad thoughts. I'm not going to concentrate on something like primitive, like my own pride, my own selfishness, my urge for revenge. Because all you're doing is encouraging that black cloud around your head. There was a description by Andre Louis. When he came, he was volitating, means he was moving by the speed of thought. And he came from above, looking at Rio de Janeiro. And he saw, like on buses and the people on the street, he saw these black clouds around people. And what those were they were thoughts of hunger for money, hunger for revenge, right? Thirst for material pleasures or physical pleasures. Are plots that would lead to nowhere except their own destruction and their own retardation of their spiritual progress. This is why we must guard against negative thought forms. They do have an effect because they're there. They follow us around unless we cast them off. And they're used to reinforce other primitive emotions. Hence, when someone does something to you, an old boyfriend or an old girlfriend, and they break up with you in a horrible manner, don't get together with others of your friends and seek out to plot revenge. Move on. Let them move on. One thing I want to make sure you know, the law of karma is ever present. Karma takes care of everything. You do not have to be the judge and the jury. The spirit world knows what everyone is doing, what everyone has done, and what they think they want to do. The person who treated you horribly in some future life or in their present life will be taught a lesson in the best manner possible. They do not need to be taught a lesson by you. So in conclusion, don't let those thought forms hang over you. If you're thinking primitive emotions, let it go. The best thing you can do is forgive. And I know forgiveness is hard. Believe me, I've been through that a lot. And I've been obsessed with wanting to be mad at someone and, get them back for what they did. It doesn't work. It doesn't do anything for you. So, to help you get rid of all that, to help you learn how to ascend spiritually, I suggest my book, How to Live Inner Peace Through Spiritism. It will take you through the steps, all dictated by Andre Louis, the high spirit that's psychographed many books for the great Brazilian medium, Chico Xavier. It tells you what you need to do, and I interpret each step that he says, what it means, what the spirit world means by what he said, and how to achieve it. So check out resources on my blog. You can click the picture of Allan Kardec, go to the EDICEI bookstore, find more books on Spiritism from from many other authors, actually mediums who interpret from spirits, whereas my books are usually, they're more about Spiritism and information that I've learned from spirits who have communicated with these Spiritist authors to tell you all about reincarnation and your destiny and all those important things that you need to know and understand to increase your spirituality. I want to thank everyone for being here today and say, God bless. I'll show you a little bit more of the park in Rio de Janeiro. So, how do you like that camera pan? So, anyway, It's been wonderful talking today. I hope everyone has a great time. Please think about your spirituality. Try and deny yourself some material goods. The more you do it, the easier it is. Believe me, I've been through it. Start forgiving. Let little things pass you by. You'll feel so much better. God bless for everyone.